Oh, the misery. All the bad users are my enemies. Share the sympathy. Every single bad users are my enemies. Hey guys, this is Frozen Wish Stews here, and welcome back to another TV show review. And yes, guys, this is a TV show review with the release of Arcane Season 2. I am here today to do a review on Arcane Season 1. So, Arcane League of Legends is a Netflix show that is based on the League of Legends video game that not many people know about, including myself. I mean, I kind of have played it a few years ago, but yeah, but not like to an extent of being a fan of the game. And it came out in the year 2021, and it is directed by Pascal Lachare and Arna Delord, and it stars Haley Steinfeld. It stars Haley Steinfeld, Ella Purnell, Kevin Alejandro, Jason Spisak, Terry Douglas, Remy He, Harry Lloyd, Robin Atkindaus, Amira Van, Katie Leong, etc. And also, yeah. And so the series tells the story taking place in a utopian Piltover and the oppressed underground of Zaun, where the delicate balance between the rich city of between both places, both societies, where tensions between them boil over with the creation of the Hextech, a way for any person to control magic energy in Piltover and in Zaun. A new drug called Shimmer transforms humans into monsters. The rivalry between cities splits families and friends. Arcane brings to life the relationships between Vi, Jinx, Caitlyn, Jace, Victor, and Echo. But it primarily centers around the sisterhood relationship between Vi and Jinx, and how this evil society has led both of them to separate and to like have their sisterhood relationship broken apart. And then via Caitlyn, who became lesbian lovers, team up to protect the city from protect society, and also to stop Silco, the main villain of the film, who has brainwashed Jinx to be on his side and become a major villain in the show. So yeah, now. Yes, I did do a review of Arcane back in 2022. But however, my review of Arcane definitely did not age well, because I mainly reviewed it as a short review. And I know that kind of sucks that it was just a short review, because I couldn't really help myself, because for the fall 2022, the second half of that year was one of the busiest times of my life, because I was preparing for college. I had to do some college entrance exams and all that stuff. I had to apply for multiple colleges, because that's just reality. So I didn't really have enough time to make videos. Yes, I did make some major videos once in a while, but most of the time my videos were mainly just shorts, because I didn't have time to make full reviews of them. But for some of the shorts I did eventually make them into full reviews, and make them into full reviews, and and now Arcane is one of them. And I think it's a perfect time to talk about Arcane now, because we're getting a season 2 coming right up. Season 2. Now, back then, I actually was a bit late to the party to watch Arcane, because I will admit that I had no idea what the show was. When it first came out, I didn't really watch this one, because I wasn't really sure about it, and I didn't even see the reviews for it. I just knew that it's a Netflix adult animated show and nothing more than that. But as time went on, I don't even remember which date specifically did this show come out, but I just know that it was in 2021, and the best I know. But eventually I think a couple of months after this show's release, and after hearing all the rave reviews that this show gets, is especially the actress who stars in this one, Haley Steinfeld. Of course, I had to watch the show, and to say I was impressed is a huge understatement, because yes, I was blown away by this show. And this show has always this show has always blew me away ever since. And I actually have seen this show 3 times now. The second time in like 2022, when I couldn't stop thinking about the show, and then this year, when season 2 this year, just very recently in preparation for season 2, and now I am doing the review of the show that it deserves. Yeah, I am finally going to be doing this show justice on my channel. And as much as Arcane is loved by many, and is considered to be the greatest Netflix animated show of all time, and one of the greatest anime shows, period. It's kind of a shame that my subscribers don't really care about the show. Like, I try to talk about this show to my subscribers, and I even try to recommend it, but it's kind of a shame that they don't care. And you wanna know why? Because it's an adult anime show. Yeah, kind of a shame that that society, they just have no respect for adult animation. And they just see animation as just a kids genre. And people say I'm the one disrespecting animation and calling it a kids genre. But if you want to prove that animation is really not for kids, and it's not just a genre for kids, how about support animated projects like this, like not just animated films but shows? Honestly, I haven't been watching a lot of animated shows lately. The only animated family show, or show aimed for kids, that I have been keeping up on is SpongeBob, which is my favorite animated show. Now, people are kind of doubt that I really am a SpongeBob fan, and I only like it just because the internet does. But I mean, yeah, I get that SpongeBob has childish humor, and yes, I will say that this mid-season SpongeBob sucks ass, like season 6 or 8. Yeah, but I like SpongeBob. I'll probably make a video going in depth on why I like SpongeBob. I know a certain user who basically is like, why does Frozen saying that he doesn't understand why I like SpongeBob? So I'll eventually go into depth into explaining why I love SpongeBob, despite my hate boner for kiddie animation stuff. No, and guys, I am not an animation hater. I just don't like an animated film when I see one. It's just my opinion. I know. This is why I cannot stand the animation fandom, because whenever I hate animation, they just hate on me for it for some reason. But I mean, now I'm giving animation an animated project that the praise it deserves. But Frozen, you only like this one just because it's adult animation. Why don't you praise kids stuff? And honestly, guys, I think this is a must watch. I think this show is a show that real animation fans need to witness, because this is not just an animated project. This is a work of art, and it is without question one of my absolute favorite shows ever, in my top 10. Now, initially this was in my honorable mentions. But now, come to think of it, I now consider this to be in my top 10 favorite shows of all time. Well, I gotta think about where exactly it is. And if I were to compare this to other animated shows out there, and other Netflix shows, and this is the 2021 shows in general, and also video game adaptations as well. As a Netflix animated show, I'm actually debating on which is my true favorite Netflix animated show. It's either this or Scott Pilgrim Takes Off. Yeah, that's what I'm debating about, which is truly the best one. And when it comes to video game adaptations, yeah, I'm actually debating on which is my favorite animated. My favorite video game adaptation. It's either this or the Last of Us. Yeah, I mean, Last of Us is my favorite video game franchise, and for now, I'll just say that this is probably better than season 1 of Last of Us. But I do think season 2 of Last of Us will make the entire Last of Us show itself the best video game adaptation. But we'll see about that. But right now, I'd probably give the slight edge to Arcane as the greatest video game adaptation ever. And it's really the fact that a video game that not many people have played, that's not even that popular, has an adaptation that is peak. It's very impressive. And when it comes to 2021 shows, I'd say that this is definitely my top 3 favorite shows of that year. And 2021 is one of my absolute favorite shows of all time. 2021 gave us Hawkeye, the best superhero project like ever in existence, with the best superhero character ever, Kate Bishop. And then you got Cobra Kai, seasons 3 and 4 as well in that year. And yeah, both Hawkeye and Cobra Kai are both neck to neck as my favorite shows ever. I could literally switch interchange between them. Although I'd give the slight edge to Cobra Kai as the best show because Cobra Kai does have more seasons. That stays consistent. While Hawkeye only has 1 season, maybe a Hawkeye season 2 would put Hawkeye back on the map as my favorite show. But I would say as a 2021 show, Hawkeye is my favorite. Cobra Kai season 3 and 4 is second, and Arcane would be third place. But when it comes to animated shows, no, this is not my favorite animated shows. I am very certain that my 2 favorite animated shows of all time are SpongeBob SquarePants and X-Men 97. Yeah, those are my top 2 favorite animated shows of all time. And it can actually interchange, but I think SpongeBob is just a more rewatchable show. But Arcane is definitely top 3 or top 5. I don't know. Depends. So anyways, enough of that. Yeah, let's get into what exactly do I love about Arcane? Why I think Arcane is a must-watch. Why this is a show that people have to see, especially if you're an animation fan. Well, for starters, yeah, the animation probably one of the greatest animations of all time, and yeah, in a way, this basically mixes the styles of the comic book animation and cyberpunk animation, and yeah, and it really does fit well. This is technically a cyberpunk style story, so making the animation look like cyberpunk is the way to go. And man, guys, the animation is just beyond stunning. It is not only is it a stunning looking animation, but it is a work of art. This is animation unlike anything you've ever seen before. And dare I say, this is probably the most beautiful looking animation of them all. And keep in mind, guys, it was just confirmed a few days ago that Arcane is the most expensive animated show of all time with a budget of $250 million. And usually TV shows, usually a lot of these expensive TV shows, those over 200 million budget TV shows, they wouldn't have earned with bad CGI, cough She-Hulk. But Arcane more than deserves to be among the most expensive shows ever made, because it really does show, no pun intended. Yeah, I mean the way that they use the character designs, I love how smooth they are, yet they smooth they are. The world of Piltover and Zaun, yeah, beautiful world. Yeah, this is one of those worlds that I would love to live in because of just how beautiful it is. And even the colors, the way that this show uses colors with the animation, it's just gorgeous. Especially one perfect example of beautiful looking colors would have to be in the beginning of the show, like as of the very prologue in episode one, where they use orange as a color for a dark and depressing beginning to like show the downfall of Piltover, and just how brutal how brutal a society is in that world. Using like dark orange, it's just so good. And even like the visual effects, like I'm sure you know what I'm talking about. Yeah, they're so creative, and it is in a way like Spider-Verse, but dare I say probably better than Spider-Verse. Yeah, I think Arcane is across the Spider-Verse level good. If I were to like compare this to all animated projects, yeah, this is like on the same level as Spider-Verse, and and the writing of this is very sharp. There is a lot going on, but there's a lot of story. But each storyline, whether it's a main plot or a subplot, really does are just very well written. Because of just how deep they are, and even for an animated project like this show, they really go hard on the story here as it tackles themes of a downfall of society, politics in a world, in a futuristic world, like how society and politics would go to shit, and also at its core, it's about the relationship between Vi and Jinx, and how a sibling relationship would break apart, and how siblings would just start to hate each other. And yeah, this is a very heartbreaking show. This is a show that gives you a lot of feels, whether it's it's excitement, heartbrokenness, and just the all around edge of your seat. And man, the action in this movie, oh man, what amazing action this is. Like this is some of the most badass, well choreographed and well animated action I have ever seen. And although some episodes focus more on storytelling and world building, certain other episodes would focus purely on action scenes, right here. But by far, I think what makes the show truly impactful the most would have to be the characters. But then again, I say that for like almost everything, because characters is my favorite aspect of a film. I think I know people view story as the most important, because movies are all about telling stories, and you really need a good story to make a good movie. And same applies to shows. But I think characters are the cherry on top, because first of all, I've said this many times and I'll say it again, you can make a movie about or a TV show about characters and not and not have a plot yet still work. But you cannot tell a story without characters. And characters are what makes you least the impact. If your character is well written, well developed, and you're just so invested in them, then you pretty much have a good story. But if a story isn't bad, but your characters are bland and forgettable, then there's a problem here. And Arcane's characters are just so fleshed out and so well written, and so well written. And considering that this is a female empowerment show, it's so good. Like the way that this movie handles girl power and female empowerment, it is so good that even now women haters, even anti-SJWs are eating their words, and even the women haters, they are eating their words on like why they think that, on how they're eating their words, and they love this show's representation of girl power. They're saying that Arcane is a perfect example of how to do girl power right, and there is not a single person on earth who thinks that this is a woke show. Now that is how you do girl power. If you know it's good, if even women haters are actually impressed by this. and specifically they praise Vi as the quintessential role model for all badass females, and I can kind of see that. Honestly, I can see that because I can see that because Vi is actually a well-written female character. Yeah, she's basically the show's protagonist, and she's like the most badass character of the show. But there's a reason as to why she's so loved. It's not, and sure, her girl power, girl bossness is the cherry on top. But at its core, she's a well-written character who actually cares about people, and she actually struggles. So I get people's criticisms with women, like the lack of struggles in women, and they always like are depicted as perfect. It doesn't really bother me that much, but yeah, we need more female characters like Vi, like characters who struggle and who are constantly getting into pain and who feels like they're down sometimes and they need to rise back up in order to be heroic. That's real, like women empowerment writing right here. And Hailey Steinfeld, man, of course, I could not praise her enough. Hailey Steinfeld is an actress who could do no wrong, and Vi is certainly a top 5 performances from her. Sure, I will say that there are a few, there are some Hailey Steinfeld roles that I think are better, like Kate Bishop. Kate Bishop is my favorite Hailey Steinfeld role, and then you got both Gwen Stacy as the better Hailey Steinfeld role, which is probably why I'd consider Across the Spider-Verse as the best animated project that Hailey Steinfeld has voice acted in. Because I think Across the Spider-Verse's Gwen Stacy is Hailey Steinfeld's best role. But this film is on par. But my bad. But Vi is just amazing. And I'd say that this is probably better than Into the Spider-Verse. I will say that in all honesty. Hailey Steinfeld's voice acting, And I know I used to say that Jinx is my favorite character in Arcane. I even have Jinx as my profile pic. Now, I would have changed it to Vi, but honestly, I think it's too late because I promised my subscribers that on November 14, I am going to be changing my profile pic to Moana. And I think it's going to be pointless at this point if I just use Vi, change my profile pic to Vi, and then just change it change it very shortly. So I'll just stick with Jinx as my profile pic. But keep in mind, guys, Vi is nowadays my favorite Arcane character. I wish I realized that sooner. But, I mean, I don't blame myself for putting Jinx as my favorite character in Arcane, at first, because Jinx is also an amazing character. And I know that she's not really an evil villain. As you know, she's been I know that in the second half, she was a villain. But keep in mind, guys, I don't think she's really a villain. She's just brainwashed by Silco, who is the real baddie of this show, and Jinx is just broken. She's just a broken character, mainly because in episode 3, which to me would be the best episode of this show, Vi actually hates Jinx. Vi was absolutely pissed off at Jinx for screwing up the mission and using a bomb, a toy bomb, to make everything explode, and even killing a certain male character, which honestly I forgot the name. But Vi was just heartbroken to see him die, and Jinx was the cause of it because she did not listen to Vi. But instead of taking it easy on Jinx, because Powder. Sorry, my bad. Her name was Powder before she became Jinx. Vi did not go easy on Powder because this was a life-threatening situation that Powder just put everyone into, and so Vi pretty much all walked away from Jinx. But even if Vi might have heard Jinx and heard Powder and called her a Jinx and walked away from her, deep down Vi still loves Jinx, and even if Vi would like hurt Jinx, she's just out of her mind. She's just heartbroken, and she's just upset that that guy died, her associate died, and but Jinx believes that that Vi just hates her now and is temporarily. So she thinks that Vi does not want to be sisters with Paladin anymore. Yeah, that actually is how your sisterhood relationship, sisterhood relationship broke apart, and you'd really feel bad for Paladin that she got brainwashed into becoming a major villain. And yeah, she does not redeem herself in the end. Yeah, I was actually rooting for Jinx to redeem herself at the end. But based on judging by the season 2 trailers, yes, I do think Jinx will eventually redeem herself. And then we get to see Vi and Jinx become real sisters again. And they would bring back the relationship, which I hope they do. But I'm not going to complain if they don't. Yeah, I mean, I love it when shows subvert my expectations. And this show does subvert my expectations with its cliffhanger finale, which ever since ever since that cliffhanger, I have been begging Netflix to release season 2 sooner. Last, we're finally going to get that cliffhanger resolved today. Well, technically at the end of the month, because there's still like 3 parts to go, and the third part is like at the end of the month. So yeah. And other characters as well, and also there are other amazing characters as well, like Caitlyn, Vi's lesbian love interest, Silco, an amazing villain, Victor, Mel, all great characters. But I don't want to get into too much of them. Only just the major characters. Oh yeah. Oh, and also the this movie's this show's a theme song. Oh, the mystery. Everybody wants to be my enemy. Yeah, that is one of the greatest theme songs for a TV show ever, and easily the best Imagine Dragons songs. Step Aside, Believer, and any other popular Imagine Dragons songs. Yeah, because when I say that Enemy is the best Arcane song, the best Imagine Dragons song, I really mean it. And honestly, none of the Arcane Season 2 songs have dethroned the Enemy as the best Arcane song yet. But they're still banger songs, don't get me wrong. So overall, Arcane League of Legends is one of the greatest animated shows of all time. This is a show that it shows how animation can be pushed and done really well. And it shows like the boundaries of animation. It is a work of art, not only with its animation, but story and characters and world building as well. This is pretty much a perfect show on any levels, and this proves why Haley Steinfeld is one of my favorite actresses of all time. My favorite actress neck to neck with Kristen Bell, should I say. And even if this show, even if Haley Steinfeld doesn't voice Vi, I still would have adored the show because of just how well made it is on its own without being reliant on actresses I'm passionate about to just star in it. Yeah, I think Arcane is a show that everybody, especially animation fans, have to see once in their life. And if you're still not going to listen to me, if you're still uninterested to watch the show even after this glowing review of it, then I don't know what to say anymore. So yeah, with that said, I'm going to give Arcane League of Legends, of course, 5 stars out of 5. Perfect show. One of the greatest TV shows ever made, period. So also for my review of Arcane League of Legends, what are your thoughts on the show? Would you agree with me that Arcane League of Legends is one of the greatest animated shows of all time and should be an influence to all animated projects, whether movies or TV shows? Or is this show not your cup of tea? I know some users who could not get into the show, like Film Stock, for example. He tried to make reaction videos to Arcane for the first time, but then he stopped watching because it wasn't really stick clicking with him. Well, he should have continued because the show did get better from there. So yeah, comment down below, like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and stay tuned for more videos to come. I'll review Arcane Season 2 after Part 3. I don't need to rush to watch it, but I'm not sure what my next video is. I'll have to think about it. But on my list, the next videos I'm planning to do are my movie review on Anora and my Cobra Kai Season 6 Part 2 review. But I mean, my Anora review won't be out until Friday, so in between tomorrow until like Thursday, I'll have to decide on what video I'm going to make. So yeah. Anyways, bye guys.